In and out.
Anyone can start. Jacqueline, go ahead. Ty, for you, since the Liberty loss, and some other people have talked about the shooters kind of going into the games and playing with a little bit more confidence. Can you just talk about how that has kind of affected the team and how you kind of took that into your team?
Yeah, they're always in my ear telling me to shoot the ball. They get mad when I don't. So after practice every day, we shoot as guards, and that's kind of just the routine. And I let it fly today, and it went in.
Just for either of you, can you talk a little bit about just how you thought the defensive intensity kind of kept up tonight, and kind of what was the focus in pulling that up for 40 minutes?
Personally, I feel like we had a slow start, but she got in on us at halftime about our urgency, and I think that's when we turned it on. I feel like once we play, our best basketball is off of our defense, and once we create turnovers, we turn into offense, and that's when we play our best basketball.
You've been in this team now for not even probably the whole season. But what is it about this team and its culture makes it so easy to jump into and make you feel comfortable?
I think there's the standards and the vets. I think they hold everybody accountable and hold us to a certain standard every day, every night in practice. So I feel like just them being on us and instilling confidence on us is easy to come in and contribute with whatever you got to do.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Proud of our group. It wasn't pretty, but we found a way. We played with a high sense of urgency in the third quarter, and it gave us a little bit of separation. I thought we shot the ball really well from three, not so much inside the three. Ty was big for us off the bench, coming in and contributing. Liv was big for us, defensively, knocking down her free throws, getting some boards, being a presence inside. And 18 assists on 24 made field goals is really good. And I felt like our defensive intensity in the second half was much better. I mean, we forced, more turnovers, 15 points off of turnovers in the second half. We took better care of the basketball, gave ourselves more opportunities. So there are some days where it's not going to be pretty, but we came away with the win.
You just mentioned, not shooting the ball as well inside, and Brittany Schreiner had, 3 block shots. Just how much did, her presence inside affect some of that?
I mean, I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did. It's just, we've just got to be locked in on our finishes and making the right play. I think sometimes, we're trying to shoot over people or pass through people instead of, really reading where the right play is. It's just, and I felt like we missed some opportunities to get downhill and to really engage BG and find our open teammates as well. But she's a presence in there. It's mental when you're a guard and you go in there. But at the same time, we shot the ball from the three really well. Overall, really well. I thought Tip, particularly when she got hot in that second half, T and Ty were consistent all game long, and we needed that from them.
Steph, you said the other day that you were kind of trying to, against New York, you were trying not to lose instead of, trying to win the game today. Like, those guys kept firing up shots, T and Ty kept just firing up threes. That's more like what you want, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Take your open shots. I felt like there were, I would say, probably single-digit times where we passed up open shots tonight, and in games where we're hesitant and we don't take them, it hurts us. It hurts us because we're out of rebounding position, and then we end up taking a worse shot with 1 second left on the shot clock. So I felt like we took our open shots today and fortunately knocked them down.
Jacqueline? We talked about like subbing and game management the other day. Betty and O&O had some early minutes. Kind of just what did you think? What allowed them to kind of go into the game early, and kind of what did you think of just the management and the reps throughout the game?
Well, we needed them in there. We needed the size. We needed their ability to be shot alterers, different looks for BG and for Gustafson, to be quite honest, inside. And it allowed us to play DB on the perimeter a little bit more and force them into some tough mismatches. And on a night where Beck didn't have it, we needed DB on the perimeter, and we needed Ty to come in and give us minutes. And, I felt like, everybody contributed when they stepped on the floor, and that's what it's going to take.
Olivia's really turned it around this past week, even starting with some policies on this game and today's game. You called her really coaches in one pregame. What do you think has just led to this turnaround right now?
It's just kind of the way it goes for young players. I mean, it's just, there are moments where it looks great, and then there are moments where it doesn't. It's just part of the growing process, and you see it in a lot of young players, but particularly in the post position. I mean, the way that she's challenged night in and night out in this league, it's tough, and you don't have a ton of practice time after season begins, and so being able to learn on the fly, being able to learn through film and watching film, and Abby's done a great job of sitting down with her and watching her reps, being able to work on her stuff one-on-one and outside of practice time is important, and she's done those things. Liv's going to get there. There's no doubt about it. It's just being patient with that process, and when she gets to that spot where she knows and understands what to expect night in and night out, then you're going to see her make a big jump.
The players said that you maybe pointed out at halftime that they weren't playing defense with enough urgency. That was a pretty exceptional third quarter, 28-8. You outscored them. You forced a couple of shot clock violations. That's kind of like what you're striving for, right?
Yeah, I mean, we got to play with a sense of urgency. Like, you can't take plays off. You can't take possessions off. That gets you ousted in the playoffs. We just don't have that luxury. And, I thought we came out flat. We didn't play with a lot of energy. We didn't play with a lot of urgency on either end of the floor. And we addressed it at halftime. We came out and we had a better third quarter. And it fortunately was able to get us some separation.
That stretch that DB had at the end of the first half, that kind of like lit things up a little bit. So.
Yeah, it closed the gap for us, which was really good. We needed that. Knocked down a couple of shots, and DB is a momentum changing player. She can get hot in a hurry. She can fill it up, and that can change the momentum of a ball game. And she did it for us in the second quarter and closed the gap for us.
I'm just curious if you could share kind of like what the rest of your night looks like. Is there any special, accommodations you get for the back-to-back from going to Connecticut to New York?
We get a bus ride down to New York. That's what we get.
At what time?
Oh, as soon as we can get out of here.
Oh, tonight.
As soon as you guys let me leave. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
So any more questions?
Thank you.